To start with, which city do I live in currently? I am currently based in Frankfurt, in Germany. I am working as a software engineer in mobile remotely. I do not go to office. I work for Vonage, which is a part of Ericsson. It's a US based company, but they have branches everywhere. So I am working for the German branch of them. Uh, One of the question which I think cannot go in 2 3 lines. I have to elaborate it. It was tell us your story. So I would like to start with the beginning. I was born in and raised in New Delhi, where I completed my education, including my bachelor's in computer science from University of Delhi, 2017. My career in software engineering began with the Leverhults as a trainee, where I focused on iOS development and gained hands-on experience with my backend technologies. Also, basically, as a trainee, I was supposed to learn everything there. So training was 6 months, and it was like 2 months iOS, 2 months backend, 2 months front end, and other technologies. So over the years, I worked on diverse projects across e-commerce, banking, telecommunication, transportation. My career has taken me to various countries, including Singapore, Egypt, where I met the owner of this channel, Narmeen, the owner of the podcast, who has invited me, Narmeen. We have been friends since then. And Germany, of course, I am currently in Germany, where I have collaborated on challenging projects like carpooling apps, banking solutions, telecommunication systems. Again, yeah. Currently, as I said, I am working in Vonage, where I contribute not just as a developer, but also as mentor to the new joinees. I have been in the teams where we create POCs, do research, basically R&D, and then solve the problem. And it's been how to comprehend it. It's been a mix of learning, adapting, thriving in a dynamic tech ecosystem. Of course, every day you hear something new. It's never ending learning. Well, my salary with I started as my first trainee job was somewhere around 100 to $200. Basically, I started in India, so the salary was in INR. So I would say it was around 100, or I think 150 or $200 per month. It wasn't much, but given that I was enjoying what I was doing, I was really enjoying the job, I was really enjoying the challenges. I will tell you one of the biggest challenge I faced as a trainee in my second day of my career later on. And but basically, working in a startup, I would say they don't have much funds to allocate to your salary, but there is a great learning opportunity. Of course, even if you do not want, you are forced to, because of the pressure, because of so many projects coming and going together. And then you have a vast, your vision goes vast, your brain has to think in all different directions, and you learn a lot. Next, more hard moments in my career, how I passed them. Basically, this is what I have hinted before. So I would start it with my first company. It was my second day. I was hired there in January 17 and 19 January 17, and on 23rd January, I still remember that day. Completed my training till 6 p.m. and I was just about to go home, but the CEO of the company, he came to me and then he says, I have a challenge for you. Would you like to do? I said, yeah. I thought maybe what challenge would he give me? Maybe some programs or some part of some applications and something, etc. And then when he gave me the challenge, it was like quite. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, how would I do it? And then the challenge is basically, he was having a music app development for some company for their Bluetooth speakers. So he told me that he wants to add few features. Basically, if you want to build a music app but you do not want to bring your phone out and change the songs or seek the song or up increase or decrease the volume and then keep clicking on the buttons on the screen unlocking your phone, so he wants to add a feature that it should work on the basis of the sensors which iPhone have. So I was like, okay, I can start. And I thought that he will not expect me to finish the app. I thought I would just, as a trainee, he would just tell me that, okay, start, you take your time, few days, few weeks, and then we do. But then he told me that we have to do it today so that I can present it tomorrow to the client. I was way more shocked. And then I said, I couldn't say no. Of course, it was my second day. How could I say no to my CEO? And then I said, okay, I will try. So he explained me. It was like he wanted this device, the iPhone, and when he does this, he wants to seek the song. But when you do it fast, he wants to change to the next song. And in the reverse direction, you have to go to the previous song or seek backwards. Or when you do this, it should increase the volume. And when you do this, it should decrease the volume. So sounds interesting, yes, as a trainee, of course. And then I started like doing research. How should I do it? How to build music apps, and what are the sensors a device have? And then I got to know they have accelerometer and gyrometer. So basically, then I started developing a music app. By the end of like 5 6 hours doing research, copy pasting from of course Stack Overflows, I was able to complete a music application. I put some dummy music, and then the music application was almost ready. And then by the 12 a.m., and then I started working on the sensors, the core motions and other frameworks. And then was successfully able to do few features, which is like volume increase and volume decrease, changing the song fast left movement and changing the song previous. And but then I was not able to uh, do the uh, do the seek. I was able to do the seek, but it was not working properly. Sometimes it was going too fast, sometimes going too slow. So at like around 3 4 a.m. in the same day, same night, my CEO come to me and he asked, how's the progress, are you done? I was so tired, I was feeling so sleepy. I told him that I have done these things, and I thought he would be happy and he would say, okay, okay, come tomorrow and we can do it tomorrow, or we can do it later, finish it now. But he told me, let's finish it today. And he sit with me, and we both worked on the function to increase the seek when you kept the device for long. So the seek speed was not uniform. It depends how long have you tilt your phone for 1 second. And then there was a parabolic function which we used to do this. But successfully by the end of 5 a.m., we were able to do it. And then he was so happy with the performance I performed, and he was not expecting me to do the app. I was did it, and he recognized me. He bring me in front of the client, and he said this is his idea. However, the idea was his. I just developed the feature, and he bring the and I also got the client appreciation there. So it was something learning, something interesting. Of course, I was super frustrated when I was doing it. I was thinking why I chose this profession and these things. But then when the work is done, the feeling you have was like really great thing. Like I was like, oh, I can do it again. Ah, and furthermore, challenges keep coming because the client requirements not are always same. They keep changing. They always client asks something which you have never worked on. Most like some people want this, some people want that. And I would say then I started in the team, working in the team. And I was being trained by my seniors, looking at their code, looking at their way of working, and I was learning a lot, doing things, more more improving myself in iOS. And then come the second challenge, I would say. There was a client who was having limited budget. So they could not have multiple developers. They could not even hire designers how the app should look like, what should be the app UI UX feel, etc. And then my boss, he was already having trust on me because of my performances and these things. I have been awarded also fast learner, good job, exceptional work, client appreciations, etc. So my graph was quite good in learning, luckily. And then my boss asked me, Mehboob, you should handle this project. And then I said, yeah. I didn't want to, but then I said, okay, I will. But when I come to it, I didn't know how should I give the colors, what color panel should I choose, what should I do with the designs, graphs, icons, everything. I was just a developer, developing feature, writing APIs and these things. And then I have to design the app. So I thought to design the app. I gave him a dummy empty app in designing working app, of course, but with dummy data to let him know that how the app is gonna look like. and and I was really in my inside my heart. I was thinking, oh my god, he will reject it, what will happen? And then he said he quite liked it. He liked the designs, he liked the colors, he liked the theme I chose. And then he told me to start with the same design, start. And then he couldn't, of course he was not able to have the backend developers because of his budget. So I also designed the Node.js APIs for him, the customer management portal for the website. It was a carpooling application being made for Singapore, Easy Ride it's called. Not sure if it's still there or not, but it was quite promoted at that time when it was published to the App Store. So I was successfully able to do this. I automated the system. I did the CI/CD using Azure DevOps, and then it was a continuous. Every week I was sending requests. I was doing the whole process, basically, even making the progress reports, flow diagrams, Gantt charts, and etc. So it improved. It was quite a huge workload, but it improves me. It polished me towards my work. And this is how, and I would say this is how challenges does it. Of course, if you do not have challenges, your learning is going to be limited to the work you are doing. If you face challenge, then you widen your brain, and then you think out of the box. You are forced to think out of the box, I would say. Sometimes you do not have idea working on similar projects. How should the other things work like? And for example, you have always worked in e-commerce, then you might not know how a freight company's apps, or let's say some hard devices related, like Bluetooth speakers apps, and these things, and iWatch apps work. So I worked almost in every side of the application. I worked with the banking application where we need huge security and challenges related to the SSL pinning and these things. So it was good experience, I would say. The challenges, if challenges keeps coming, then you will say you learned it. You are learning. If you do not feel challenges, it means your learning graph is steep. According to me, it's going a straight line, which is not good. Even my previous boss told me, Mehboob, if you do not face challenge in any task, which means it means that that task didn't teach you, you didn't learn in that task, of course, because you were already aware of the thing. So that is how I would say the challenges are important, and that is how they polish you. I have one more funny story. I will shortly explain it. It was basically about a Cordova and Ionic application. There was a client, he was already having a built-in Cordova and Ionic applications, basically some gaming application written on Angular JS. And then my boss asked me, Mehboob, this client come to us, and then he just want few features to be added, and there are some bugs, he wants them to be removed. And I like, okay, I thought it was basically normal iOS app using Swift. And but when I open the project and I see, oh, it's in Angular and it's Cordova. And then I told my boss said, what's the progress? I said, it's in Cordova. I do not know, I never worked on Cordova. I even opening the project first time. And then he said, have you heard Cordova? I said, no. But he said, have you heard it now? I said, yes. If you heard it, you know it. He told me this. That's development. You heard it, you know it, and then you start it. And then of course I did it. You do research, you see tutorials, and you follow the tutorials. And it's, I don't think learning new technology or learning new languages is a big thing in development. Because every second day there is something new. So yeah. And now, after my challenges story, what changes would you like to see? Well, I think there are quite a few changes which can be brought, of course, which is related to inclusivity in technology, a greater focus on diversity, which within teams, as varied perspectives lead to better solutions. Yeah. And then focus on mentorship. Yeah, I have seen in some companies the mentorship is not properly structured. For example, especially for the people who are coming as a fresher, who are coming with zero experience. Basically, they are just passing out from the college. Of course, they have knowledge of technologies and development, but it is related to and highly focused in the boundaries of the academic. So basically, they know how to write programs to pass their exams. They know how to write, for example, palindrome programs being asked in the data structures exam in their university, or some algos from the, like, fastest and fastest first, and these things, shortest path, these algorithms, they know. We have also studied. So in academics, your knowledge is limited, and it's highly focused on the academics and the topics you learn there. But coming to the real world problems, real world professional career, you must, as a company, you must provide a good uh, building programs guide to young engineers, so that they can transition from their academics to the real world careers. Of course, one thing is really good, which really important, is work life balance. You must ensure your health comes first. Sometimes it's good to work late at nights, and also sacrificing your Saturdays and Sundays, not a big deal. But if it's happening every day and you are feeling, you eventually there will be a time when you will feel burnout. So companies must, I would say, companies must ensure this thing to their employees. Employees go beyond their limits to do the task. However, they are not bound to, but they still go beyond. But what I see is basically it's the companies who fail to provide their employees the a better working life balance environment. Yeah, sometimes it's good to work beyond your limits, but not always. You will feel burnout, you will start feeling burnout, you don't want to work anymore, you will start hating your job. So it's good, you should have travel plans, you should have holidays uninterrupted. And sometimes you have, like I heard that Australia or somewhere in this world, there was a country who experiencing experimenting, basically a law they pass, which is right not to receive official calls after 6. So basically, once your work timings are done, you finished, you are at home, so you have right to switch off your phone, and no office will complain that you were not reachable. So it's good thing, these are good things, yeah. And of course, mental health is the most important thing, of course. And then you see that some developers starts having a ache in their back, lower back, disc problems, and their shoulders problem. I also started having these days the tennis elbow because of my typing and using the mouse a lot. So yeah, of course, health is first, and then everything comes. What are you looking to do in your future? Advise the other senior engineers. Well, I would like to do it. Uh, I would like to answer it in a simpler way. I am exploring ways to bridge my passion for software engineering and entrepreneurial aspirations. For example, I'm considering starting a tech driven car rental company in Germany. And advice is be a good mentor. Do not pressurize your freshers. Do not make them feel burdened, overburdened, even in the first stage of their professional life. Mm, make it more welcoming. Don't make it hostile, so that they just step their foot into it and then they find the environment is quite hostile and they might quit it because of these things. Not everyone is of same caliber. Of course, the technology is rapidly changing every day. There are few things more. Never stop learning. Focus on the quality code instead of just delivering and meeting the timelines. Well, the next question is what are the range of salaries in my country? Basically, in Germany, I don't think there is a specific range to anything. Some companies, it depends company to company all over the world. Basically, if you are if you show them in your interviews and you build their confidence in you, then they sometimes they go beyond their budget. Of course, when they have like, oh my god, like they found a gem, then they pay you whatever you want. Like I have seen some companies paying, having budget of let's say 50K a year, euros, 50K euros a year, but then they ended up hiring the developer in 70, 80, going 20, 30,000 beyond their budget. I'm not saying it's a good salary or it's a bad salary, but I'm saying that they go beyond their budget if they build trust in you, if they find you that you are a gem, if your interview performance is really good. And when you, and even after working, when you start working in the company and you prove to be a great fit, then they appraise you. They give you annual bonuses and annual salary hikes, and which can go up to 10, 20%, and it's a good thing. And but basically, as a fresher, I would say generally on an average, as a fresher after bachelor's it starts with 50K, and after masters it might go up to 60K, and then 60K euros per year, of course. And then it depends also the area. For example, some areas, if you go to Leipzig and Dresden and these kinds of places, the life expense is not that much, so the salary structures are also lower. But if you are in Munich or Hamburg, then of course the it's quite expensive to stay there. So the salary structures there are a bit higher. So think about it when you apply in Germany, in Europe, not just in Germany. It's same all over Europe and even America, I would say. Depends. Think about where you're gonna stay, where is your company, and what do you what do you spend there if you start living there. So think about in that way. And yeah. AI. Next is AI. I don't think AI is a threat. I think AI is a game changer, yes, especially in autonomous and improving user experiences in mobile development. Of course, AI can enhance personalization, predictive analytics, and smart app features. Of course, it helps you. It reduces your time. It reduces your time. It helps you write the code. It helps you thinking the logics if you're stuck in somewhere. However, it means developers must continuously upskill. It does not mean, yeah, I mean to say, it does not mean that you stopped upskilling yourself and keep relying on AIs. You keep upskilling yourself. Of course, the future world is the A is more specific to AI related things. Everything is going on AI, machine learning, deep learning, these things. So you must upskill yourself, start learning and integrate yourself to AI seamlessly into your projects or maybe personal projects. Try to build a portfolio for yourself and I view AI as a tool to augment human creativity, not to replace it. Ah, we are at the last of this section. Advice for the young people. Well, young people, you stay curious. Of course, you stay curious. Technology evolves daily. Keep learning new skills. That's the high. That's the rule. That's the $100 you rule is that do not you do not stop learning. You keep learning new skills, new technologies, experimenting them, try to make projects, if try to make projects personally or professionally, and think out, try to think out of the box in these things. Take on challenges. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone, of course. Focus on fundamentals. Fundamentals are really important. If you do not understand the basics, then you are gonna do shit into the projects. I should say it. I shouldn't say it like this, but yeah, that's the basic thing. Basically, you will end up in destroying or making a project full of bugs. Networking can help you to grow yourself professionally. Like, it's good to find new opportunities and new roles, and even sometimes in time of need you can ask help. You should be good in character, your conduct, your work. You should be focused. You should not be working every time, and you should not be chilling every time. It should be a balance. Try to make a balance. Think about the future, and build your future. And that's all I would like to end up saying.